Good morning, this is your host with the most, Emmalee Van Sambeek, coming at you with your news from the 252. Starting off with our world news, the mystery of India Lake of Skeletons. High in the Indian Himalayas, a remote lake nestled in a snowy valley is strewn with hundreds of human skeletons. The remains are strewn around and beneath the ice of the Lake of Skeletons discovered by a patrolling British forest ranger in 1942. Depending on the season and the weather, the lake, which remains frozen for most of the year, expands and shrinks. Only when the snow melts are the skeletons visible, sometimes with flesh attached and well preserved. To date, the skeletal remains of an estimated 600 to 800 people have been found here. Moving on to our U.S. news, Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine gets the nod from CDC committee. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention vaccine advisors voted Sunday to recommend the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine for the U.S. It is the first of 3 authorized COVID-19 vaccines that come in a single dose. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorized the J&J vaccine on Saturday. The vaccine can be kept at regular refrigerator temperatures, which experts would say would make it much easier to distribute than vaccines made by Moderna and Pfizer/BioNTech. The vaccine was tested in more than 44,000 people, and it was globally 66.1% effective. Now, you may be wondering about your COVID-19 vaccine, and if you're in Wisconsin, you're in luck because the DHS has released an interactive map of Wisconsin sites administering the COVID-19 vaccine. The interactive map marks whether listed sites are open to all eligible groups or only specific groups or are closed to the public and only targeted toward specific clients or patients. DHS cautioned that because they won't be updating the map daily, people using the map could find the sites listed near them may have already been allocated or scheduled all their vaccine doses. All the sites require pre-scheduled appointments. Now a word from our sponsors. Coming to America 2, a sequel is in the air. After over 3 decades, it looks like Prince Akeem, King Akeem and Semi are returning stateside from their homeland of Zamuda. Much of the original cast are returning, including James Earl Jones as King Jaffe Joffer and John Amos as Cleo McDowell. As Akeem learns that he has a long-lost son he never knew who might be the heir to the throne. Coming to America 2, March 5th, 2021, only on Amazon Prime. Thank you to Coming to America 2 for sponsoring this newscast today. We're going to move on to our local news with Lake Winnebago already seeing highest sturgeon spearing harvest in 6 years. The sturgeon spearing season hasn't ended yet, but the harvest on Lake Winnebago is the highest it's been since 2015. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources reported that 1,297 sturgeon had been speared as of Wednesday on Lake Winnebago. Deputy Secretary Todd Ames said the harvest may have been a little lower at the beginning due to a cold opening weekend. But water clarity on Lake Winnebago generally maintained through the season, right around 12 feet on average, said Ames. Spearers have been able to move out deeper in the lake this season while still having the ability to see the bottom. Spearers have harvested 259 juvenile females, 664 adult females, and 738 males across the entire system. So far, 67 sturgeons that weigh more than 100 pounds have been speared this season, which is about 4% of the total harvest. On to some sports news with the release of actress Shailene Woodley confirming she's engaged to Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Shailene Woodley confirmed that she's engaged to Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. The actress discussed her relationship with Rodgers on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon on Monday, saying they got engaged a while ago. The 37-year-old Rodgers mentioned his engagement and thanked his fiancée while accepting his 3rd career MVP award on February 6th, but didn't say her name. We're going to wrap up our cast today with a weather forecast. Today we have a slight chance of snow with a high near 29 and winds up to 10 miles per hour. Now that chance of snow is only about 20%, so might not get your hopes too high up for a snow day. Tomorrow it's going to be pretty sunny with a high near 43, winds once again up to 10 miles per hour, but could come as high as 30. Thank you so much for listening to your news with the 252. This is Emmalee Van Sambeek signing off.